In ancient times, humans and monsters lived together side by side. However, humans want to dominate and declare war on monsters. Furthermore, humans also make a border between humans and monsters. After that, chaos occurs in the world of monsters. Old King Monster and almost all of his followers are killed. This makes the queen, who is pregnant, and her bodyguards must go to the human world. They are chased by an evil monster from a new king. When the situation worsens, the help comes from above, making the evil monster fall. They help the queen to leave, but the queen no longer has the energy to walk. Luckily, the evil monster lowers his guard down. As a result, the queen's bodyguards manage to make him collapse and get stuck between the trees. Scene moves to the human side at Yongning village. A mayor named Tian Yin and his best friend Xiao Wu separate two women who are fighting. However, this mayor seems is not respected. The two women even yell at him and throw him away. Apparently, the real mayor is Tian Yin's father, but his father has been gone for a long time, so only he and his grandmother are left at home. The grandmother is very senile. She often forgets that she has a grandchild named Tian Yin. After realizing that Tian Yin is her grandson, the grandmother grumbles at Tian Yin, who does not act like a real man. He only likes sewing and cooking every day. Seeing her hopeless grandson, she wants to leave home and look for his father, who has been lost for years. Tian Yin's father is a great and admired monster hunter, but Tian Yin does not seem proud because his father has left him since he was a child. Not long after, the grandmother leaves and hands over the village to Tian Yin. On the other hand, there is a king who orders the Monster Hunt Bureau to capture the baby monster king. That will make the world of monsters chaotic, and the Monster Hunter Bureau will be strong again. The next day, Tian Yin meets a husband and wife who are adventuring near the lake. Since this village has not received a visitor for a long time, making Tian Yin is pleased to greet and prepare food for him. However, a woman named Hua enters Tian Yin's house and stares at them, making them very uncomfortable. Hua suddenly attacks them, and the reason is still unknown. Finally, adventurers reveal their identity. They are monsters, the Queen's Guard. The Queen then falls from a basket and crashes Tian Yin. The battle continues, but there is a hunter monster named Luo Gang who arrests them from behind. Hua reprimands him because the monster can be exchanged for money. Luo Gang doesn't care and just leaves. Fortunately, the queen manages to escape from that place. Hua then explains to Tian Yin that monsters are very cunning, can use human language, and pretend like humans. Tian Yin is now doubtful whether the woman is a human or a monster. However, the woman snaps at him and asks to make spicy food. That night, Tian Yin slept next to Hua. His hands are tied so she can sleep without worry, and his mouth is sealed using magic so he cannot make a fuss. At the same time, the Queen Guards, captured by Luo Gang, divert his attention with their dance and succeed in knocking off Luo Gang. While sleeping, someone cut the wood of Tian Yin's bed. The abduction of a mayor is successful without her knowing. Tian Yin is dragged by the dying queen. She begs him to look after her child. Without any consent from Tian Yin, the queen takes her child from her stomach and puts it in Tian Yin's mouth, making Tian Yin's stomach get bigger suddenly. Behind the tree, the evil monster appears again. The queen and Tian Yin can't fight the monster. Out of nowhere, Hua comes and saves them from dangerous threats. Not long after, the queen breathes her last. Hua is not strong enough to fight the monster. They run to a small cave that could not be entered by the evil monster. Tian Yin is very confused by his unique stomach. There, Hua advises him to keep the monster because it has a high selling value. While talking, Hua accidentally steps on the floor and triggers a trap prepared by his grandmother. Hua ignores her and goes to find his best friend, Xiao Wu. How shocked he is when he sees his best friend's form, a monster. Tian Yin does not believe it and runs away from there. Tian Yin then witnesses his best friend hunted by Monster Hunter. Apparently, the village is filled with monsters, and Tian Yin does not know all this time. This seems to be the act of his father, who wants to live together with monsters. One of the monsters shows his true identity after the hunter monsters mock Tian Yin's father's name. The monsters just want to live peacefully, but humans continue to bother them. All monsters are captured, and the village is on fire. A village is handed over from his grandmother and vanishes in one evening. Tian Yin has to leave and start the journey with Hua, who wants to sell the monster inside his stomach. In the middle of the trip, Hua meets with Luo Gang, who is suspicious of her behavior. Finally, he learns that the queen's monster egg is in Tian Yin's stomach. The evil monster appears again and attacks them while they have an argument. Tian Yin is in danger, and Hua asks Luo Gang's help. Luo Gang, Monster Hunter Level 4, kindly wants to help them. Hua and Tian Yin take this opportunity to run away from that place. Long battles paid off. The evil monster loses all its teeth due to the Luo Gang attack, forcing him to leave. Later that night, the queen's bodyguards disguise themselves again and kidnap Tian Yin, but Hua catches them using a talisman on their forehead. It seems the time has come for Tian Yin to give birth. Hua tries to help him but doesn't know where the baby monster will come out. Apparently, the egg comes out of Tian Yin's mouth and runs around the room. Finally, it can be captured by Hua. There is a child who accidentally meets with the cute monster named Wuba, forcing Hua to make his parents faint. The next day, they continue their journey with a new member, Wuba. To avoid Wuba becoming a bad monster, they only give fruits and vegetables to him. Shortly after, the fruit seeds come out of the Wuba's mouth at high speed, making a hole in the wood. After several shoots, the hut is destroyed. They enjoy time together for 2 days like a small happy family. The day to sell Wuba comes. He can be sold at a very high price. However, Tian Yin and Hua seem to have loved the little creature, especially Tian Yin, who gave birth to him. Tian Yin tries to play hide and seek, so he wants to hide inside the cage, but Wuba locks him. Hua can't wait for Tian Yin's tricks, and he kicks the monster into the cage. At first, Wuba does not cry, he laughs happily instead and does not know what has happened to him. Monster buyers put the talisman on the cage, causing Wuba to get electrocuted while touching the cage. Wuba is very sad and crying, even shedding tears when he sees his parents leaving him behind. Not long after, they feel sorry for Wuba, especially when they see the drawing of them with Wuba on a sheet of fabric. They return to that place to find Wuba's location on the condition that they must win the mahjong. They immediately win and go to the Wuba's location. They want to enter the place but do not know the password. Hua beats the door guard until he finally gives them access to enter. Inside, many monsters are locked up. One of them is a resident of Tian Yin village. They also meet again with Tian Yin's best friend, Xiao Wu. It is not easy to enter the enemy's place. Someone immediately attacks them from behind. The monster hunter summons the fireball, chasing them throughout the hallway. Hua sees a strange amulet behind Tian Yin and grabs it. Then, she throws it at the monster hunter, causing the fireball to defeat its summoner. On the other hand, the chef wants to fry Wuba and serve it to their king, but instead, he plays and splashes boiling oil. The chef team uses other methods using a container, but the container breaks and he flies away. Their last effort is to put him in a steamer. However, heat cannot kill him. He breathes out white powder on the head chef. In the king's room, the queen's bodyguards are infiltrating the place. They ask permission to go to the toilet for a while to find Wuba. Luo Gang knows about their identity. He follows and attacks them when they want to save Wuba. In the middle of the fight, something from above almost befalls Luo Gang, but the queen's bodyguards save him. On the other hand, Wuba is served alive to the king because the chef has given up. The king tells that Wuba's flesh is believed to make long life and stop from aging. He uses fire beetle to kill him, but many human-shaped papers enter the room and beat the fire beetle, indicating Tian Yin and Hua have arrived. Hua uses smoke bombs so that they can run away. Not long after, Hua is captured by the king's subordinate. All of a sudden, Tian Yin's grandma emerges with many medals on her body. She claims she is a level 10 hunter monster, the highest level. However, it turns out that the medal is not hers. Thus, she is very easily defeated. The king asks Tian Yin to choose one of the two women, Hua, who is considered his wife or his grandmother. However, Tian Yin chooses both, and Wuba fires fruit seed as a weapon, which makes the tornado controller must release the two women. He has run out of bullets, and the king has a scar that suddenly appears on his face. The king turns into an evil monster. Apparently, he is the one who kills Old Monster King and disguises himself as a human because he wants to eliminate all Old Monster King's supporter. His original form has to be revealed because of Wuba's surprise attack. The monster is furious and beats everyone there. The situation becomes chaotic. No one can fight the evil Monster King. Tian Yin tries to use his grandma's sword, but the monster throws the sword and stabs him. Wuba pulls the sword from Tian Yin's body even though his hand is bleeding. Suddenly, the sword exposed to the blood changes shape. When Hua is almost stepped on, Tian Yin comes and blocks the monster's leg using his sharp sword. The sword is surrounded by fire after a unique movement passed on from his family. Tian Yin stabs the monster and wins the fight. It looks pretty easy. On the other hand, the queen's guards think that Wuba has been eaten because he is no longer in his place. After the fight ends, Tian Yin must say goodbye to his child because it's hard for them to live together, but Wuba still plays around. Tian Yin pretends to be angry and makes the fire, telling him to leave, just like his father, who did the same to him. Now, Wuba leads the monsters as the new king and will never forget his temporary parents. The film ends with a dance of monsters who are very happy with their new life, without any human interference. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like this video for more videos like this. See you on the next video.